Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all folks in between, and welcome to Aunt Millicent's cooking show. Welcome back to the show. Today we're going to be making a nice summer recipe. I want to share with you a recipe for Aunt Millicent's potato salad. What makes a picnic or a summer meal better than potato salad? Absolutely nothing. So let's apron up and let's get started. Let's get right to the ingredients. The obvious ingredient for potato salad is, you guessed it, potatoes. So you're going to need yourself about 3 pounds or so, anywhere between 2 and 3 pounds of potatoes. I want to use red potatoes because we like red potatoes and we just happen to have some here. Recipe I've seen calls for russet potatoes, which are the standard baking potatoes. You can just pick your favorite potato. It's whatever you like. Okay, so about 2 to 3 pounds of those. I recommend going high if you like potato salad. Next thing you're going to need is an onion. The raw onion is going to be put in the salad. So we're going to chop it pretty finely, okay? So this doesn't get cooked at any point, okay? Next thing we're going to need is 4 eggs. I promise you there's eggs in here. So you're going to have to get yourself 4 eggs. There's going to be some boiled egg put in the salad, okay? The next thing we need are mustard and mayo, standard summer picnic fare, right? I think it's a cup of mustard and, hold on. Didn't study the recipe in advance. A cup of mayo and 1/4 cup of mustard. Okay, so it's not too mustardy. If you're a big fan of mustard, like personally I am, go nuts with the mustard. But I'm going to follow the recipe because not everybody's a fan of mustard like I am. Okay. Next thing we're going to need is some sugar. You're going to need about 2 teaspoons, and that just gives it a texture. Okay. You're going to need 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar, and that's going to go in the mix. Okay. That's going to give it that vinegary taste, okay? The last 2 things we need are 3 things. First is some paprika to put on top of it when we're done. And the old standby, salt and pepper, okay? So it's a real simple recipe. Things should go pretty quickly. There is one optional ingredient. You can add pickle relish. I'm not a fan of pickle relish, so I'm not going to add any, but you can add the recipe that I've seen calls for maybe like a teaspoon or a tablespoon of pickle relish. But you can add that if you like pickle relish or just leave it out. And I'm going to leave it out, so because I'm not a big fan, okay? So without further ado, let's get started. And I want you to get the biggest pot you can find in your kitchen, or just a big pot, and put it on the stove and start boiling some water, okay? So we're going to start adding our ingredients, okay? See you in a minute. Okay, before we get into the stove part of this, we need to take a look at our potatoes. So I've got these red potatoes. You probably want to cut off any of the weird, like any kind of extra eyes or oddball things on them. I want to cook these with the skin on. It's really your choice. You can have skinless potatoes in your salad, or you can have these red ones especially are good for skin. The gold ones are good skin too. But you also may want to cut them down, like say maybe in half or in fourths, so it'll boil a little faster, okay? Because the whole potato, it takes them a while. So if you got some big old chunks, it'll take longer. So I'll also make sure you wash these guys. I think that one's still a little, we'll take care of them in a minute. So make sure you wash them, okay? And go through them and make sure they're nice and neat and they don't have any weird eyes or things like that on them, okay? Cut all that stuff off and chop them, but you can leave them pretty big because we're going to boil these right in the pot and then cut them up later, okay? And chop them into smaller pieces, okay? So let's do that, okay? I'll be back. Okay, y'all, we are at the stove top, and I'm going to go ahead and push in the potatoes I put in, and we're just going to be careful because I've already got this thing boiling. Oops, man, went overboard. Okay. And that's our potatoes. Let me get the man that went overboard back here. And within that mix, we're actually going to go ahead and add our eggs because this is boiling water. So carefully, don't let them break. Add your eggs. Don't worry, we're taking the eggs out. So you should go ahead and add your 4 eggs. We're going to bring that back to a rolling boil, and then we're going to let it simmer, okay? And then when we simmer for about 5 minutes, we're going to take out those eggs, cool them, and then we're going to break them and peel them and have some nice boiled egg in our salad, okay? So I'll be back. Okay, y'all, this has been cooking probably a little over 5 minutes at a nice boil. Now what I want you to do is I want you to fish those eggs out of there. I'm just using a pasta fork because I have a slotted spoon, but I thought this might be an easier way to catch them. So fish them all. You should have 4 in there, and if you end up with more than 4 somehow, you've done what's called a magic trick. Okay, so let's fish them out. And what I want you to do with these eggs, now that they're out, is we're going to put them in ice water. Okay, I'll show you that in just a second. And that's going to cool them off real fast. It'll make a nice boiled egg. So we got our eggs under control. We're going to keep this stuff going here, though, with the potatoes for another 10 to 15 minutes, okay? When they come out, they need to be really easy to cut. I like to say that you know they're done when you can cut them with a spoon, especially a wooden spoon, okay? So when you can slice them with that, you want them to be really easy to cut and they'll be nice and done, okay? So give yourself about 10 to 15 minutes more on these boiling potatoes, okay? And I'll see you in just a second. Okay, y'all, so I've made my ice water from my eggs. Let's go ahead and slide those in there. They'll be slightly warm, but not too hot to touch. And we're going to leave those in there and to cool off. And when they get nice and cool, probably, when our potatoes are done, we'll peel them and we'll have a nice little boiled egg for our salad. Okay, I think that's it. See you in a few. Okay, y'all, while everything is boiling up, what we're going to do is we're going to take this onion, we're going to dice it up. You only need about half of it because a little bit of raw onion can be kind of overpowering. So you've seen me cut an onion a million times, so I'm not going to do that again. So just cut the ends off and dice it really tight, okay? So let's do that. Okay, y'all, the potatoes are done. Again, I cooked them about 15 minutes. They're nice and soft and they're warm. So I want to let them cool off a little bit. I put them in a colander, pour a little bit of water over them, get them nice and cool. So we're going to chop these up, okay? And while we're there, or before we get that done, what I want to do is show you the eggs and how they turned out. So if you've never made a boiled egg or know how to peel an egg, I've got these nice and cool. It's nice. It's real cold. All you have to do is I take the end of this knife and do it, but just tap the end of it, either end, it doesn't matter which one, and just start taking this shell off. And look at that. Isn't that, you can peek in there and it looks like Easter. Some of y'all may have experience peeling eggs already. I do not know what your level is. But what happens is we peel this off and be careful doing it. Don't use your nails digging into the egg, okay? Because you'll ruin the egg. I've got a little paper towel over here to catch the shell. But just peel the shell off a little bit at a time like that. Okay, let me jump this off. Try not to go off camera too much, okay? And take your time, okay? That's all I can say. And it's worth it. I love a good boiled egg. A boiled egg makes everything a little better. A salad, anything. So there we have our magic boiled egg. And when you're done with them, you should be able to cut them. I'll show you what this looks like inside. For some reason, these eggs, they have a really orange yolk. I have no idea why. They taste perfectly great. But this is a particular brand here we buy. And they have a really orange yolk. So it's more orange than yellow. So anyway, take your 4 eggs, peel them, and then we're going to pull them out and you're going to chop up your egg. Okay. So I'll get back with you in just a minute. Okay. Y'all, now that we have our egg boiled, chop it up. Just make it kind of bite-sized pieces. Okay. Not very scientific here. Okay. So here we go. So I've already got these guys cut in half. And by the way, it doesn't matter if the yolk pops out, you can cut that in bite-sized pieces too. So just chop away. It's kind of fun and easy chopping eggs, right? Probably one of the easiest things we do on here. So let's do that, okay? Okay, y'all, now that we've got our eggs chopped up, put them in a nice big bowl, okay? Probably not that one, okay? You need to find a big bowl you're going to put all your potato salad in, okay? So let's just put that in there. And that looks delicious. I've already tried the egg. It's really good. Okay. Now our next step is we need to cut up our potatoes. Okay. So I brought up my potatoes here from the colander, and we're just going to put them in and chop them into little pieces too. So fairly simple, right? So let's get started on that too. Okay, y'all, now that our potatoes are kind of cut up, and by the way, mine kind of fell apart because I think I boiled them a little bit. And some of my peelings actually came off. I just chucked them, or you can leave them in if you want. Let's put those into the bowl with the egg, okay? And I probably have my bite sizes are a little big. Just make sure they're nice and done, okay? If you don't want to put potatoes in there that are raw, that's kind of, you know, ew, okay? And now the infamous onions can go in here, okay? So make sure you get a, put your half of an onion in there. Now we're going to get started making the mayonnaise filler for this, okay? So let me jump subjects. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, here we go with the rest of the ingredients. So I've got a full cup of mayonnaise. So that's going to be fun to get in there. So just, I measured it all out already. And you'll see beside my cup of mayonnaise, I have 1/4 of a cup of mustard, okay? That's just the mustard from that you use on your hot dogs, okay? And so make sure all that goes in. I'll make sure it all goes in off camera, okay? And then our next ingredient is going to be two teaspoons of apple cider vinegar, okay? So let's do that. Let's go 1, 2 for apple cider vinegar. Next ingredients, 2 teaspoons of sugar. It's regular sugar. We'll go in there. Looking good, okay? And then we're going to salt and pepper this to taste, okay? It says a teaspoon of each, but some of us like more salt than others and more pepper than others. If I can get the thing open. There we go. So salt and pepper as you like. Uh-oh, I think we need more pepper. Put it on the list. And, oh my goodness, I think my salt has vanished. Anyway, I'll put it in off camera, and we got to mix this up. Okay, so that's our next step. Yeah, we've mixed it up real good. Oh, it smells so nice too. Okay, so you can, again, adjust those mayo and mustard things as you like, or the salt and pepper settings. Settings? It's an odd thing to say about a recipe, but that's kind of what it is. So the last step here is we're going to put some paprika on it, one of our favorite spices. So just put that on the top, and you can add it as you like as you serve it. And then this is going to go in the fridge for at least 30 minutes to chill. Okay, so you serve it cold. Okay, so that's our potato salad recipe. I'm going to put it in the fridge, and you can join me as I sample it later. Okay, so I'll see you in a few. I'm back, everybody. We are in the dining hall, and I'm ready to try my delicious Aunt Millicent's potato salad. So let's give it a try, shall we? It's like the best of a potato salad and a deviled egg all put together. No kidding. Okay, it's excellent. So hope you enjoy this recipe. You can add another little addition if you like. You can add bacon bits to it. It makes it pretty good. So anything you like to add to it, I mean, feel free to. This is a nice start, but what you get here is really, really good too. Okay, so enjoy it this summer at your favorite picnics, your favorite gatherings, and have yourself a blast. Okay, and with that, I'm going to wish everyone a happy and healthy bon appetit.